Alright, welcome back. It's been a few hours since going over to Paul's house. Found a little bit of time to try to get these spacers on, so we're gonna do a unboxing of the Titan Motorsports 1-inch wheel spacers here that we ordered for the WRX to give us the correct spacing for the wheels. Alright, got a nice decal there. Alright, that's one set. Packaging. Let's see here. Alright, so we don't need this anymore, so we can put that over there. I got my son helping me move some stuff around. They definitely pack this stuff good. There we go. And here we go. So there it is. You can see it. Titan Wheel Accessories LLC. Alright, so these are the 25 mil or otherwise 1-inch spacers. Doesn't look like it had really any shipping damage to it per se. Only thing I can say is down in one of the holes here, it's got a little bit of damage from it riding like this. You can kind of see it might have hit here a few times, but otherwise pretty decent shape. Okay, a little thank you note from Titan Motorsports. A few of the guys here in Aiken suggested Titan Motorsports as that's what they run on their vehicles, so I humbly agreed, since this is my first endeavor with wheel spacers ever. I've never ran them, not like this. I've ran the little tiny, 10 mil spacers or something like that, something just to bring it off the hub. So alright, so there we go. We got our 4 spacers laid out, and now we gotta get them on the car. According to Titan Motorsports website, they gave a little warning. Depending on what wheels you're running, what spacers you're running, depends on if you're gonna have to kind of like shave down your original lugs to meet the spacers, so that your wheel doesn't interfere with it. We're hoping that that's not the case here, but we'll find out here in a second. Alright, cut off. Alright, so Titan Motorsports includes 5 lug nuts. These lug nuts are not for your wheel. These are actually for the spacer. Yeah, like I said, these lug nuts are for the spacer, not your wheel. These are, I want to say they're hub-centric. They're pretty close to being hub-centric spacers. And no, I'm not going to have to shave anything down. It looks like it's going to be perfect. So, there we go. They had that one on there pretty tight. we're doing this one as a like a test run instead of taking all the wheel, you know, this whole side off and everything else. Just do one side at you know, one wheel at a time, and then I gotta lower it and make sure that we're gonna clear. We shouldn't be any problems with that. Now, just like tightening on a wheel, you have to, so the e-brake is on, put it in first gear, just to make sure that it's not going to try to roll on me. I'm gonna set my torque bar just like I would my wheel. My torque wrench, not my torque bar. I set it to 80 pounds. Oh, that was more than 80 pounds. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm not using the impact on it because I want to make sure, at least for the first time, that it's torqued down 100% to 80 pounds and it's not pushed over. Huh, that was pushed out. So, and just like when you put on wheels, go in a star pattern. Make sure it didn't move. I'm going to use a different shop still in this one. This one's the other car. Okay. There we go. So after you get the wheel spacers on, and you torque them down the first time in the star pattern, do yourself a favor and just go over it one more time for safety measures. Just make sure that none of them loosened up or tightened up in a weird way. More or less loosening, not tightening. Because I know sometimes people feel kind of funny about wheel spacers, but they seem pretty good to me. All right. So let's get these on. All right. Ooh. All right. There we go. All right. That is on. And like I said, these are actually hub centric to your actual factory hubs. So it should, everything should line right up, no problems. And just because these are brand new lugs, brand new splines, all the threads are brand new, you want to run it down by hand the first time. All right, and then I'm going to give him a little bit of tightening down with the gun. Just a little bit. I'm not gonna go crazy on it. It's probably more than enough. That's what I was trying to do the first time. Okay. All right. So, one thing I will warn about with these lug nuts that they give you for this kit is that the lug nuts, the actual part where it goes into here is kind of shallow. So if you're not careful and holding it straight on, you can actually cock the tool to the side a little bit, and you definitely don't want to do that. So be mindful of that, because you'll end up rounding off your lug nuts. Okay, and just like last time, we're going to go through and make sure that everything is torqued down again. So we're moving on to the front now, and we'll get the front off, get the lug nuts on there, or get the spacer on there, and then we'll have one more to do, and we'll be finished with this little updated project for the wide. Now, seen in other videos, when we were disassembling this car for this wide project, I run two different lug nuts. I run on mine. I typically run one locking lug nut, or tuner lug nuts they call them, and then 4 neochrome lug nuts that are just typical hex-head design. On my wife's car, I run the opposite. So we run 4 tuner lugs and one non-tuner lug, which is the neochrome for now. So we get her setup done. Then eventually she's probably going to end up with anodized purple. Probably what she was going to. So now, as seen in other videos, when we were disassembling this car for this wide body project, I run 2 different lug nuts. I run on mine. I typically run 1 locking lug nut, or at tuner lug nuts as they call them, and then 4 neochrome lug nuts that are just typical hex head design. On my wife's car, I run the opposite. So we run 4 tuner lugs and one non-tuner lug, which is the neochrome for now, until we get her setup done. And then eventually she's probably going to end up with anodized purple. It's probably what she'll end up going to. So eventually we might get on to some power mods for this car. I'm gonna build my own exhaust for this car from the axle back. Just doing a muffler delete pretty much. Just because I don't feel like spending the price on the NVIDIAs and all that crap. Maybe one day we'll get around to upgrading that, unless one comes up for a good price. But as of right now, they're just far too expensive for what they really are. And that's just the truth. Maybe one day no, I probably won't ever go to a 18-inch wheel on this car, just because the dimensions of the body kit. Not saying it wouldn't hold it, but I like it better the way it is. And she personally likes the whole 17-inch wheel all the way around. I didn't have it in gear. I pulled it back out of gear. Okay. All right, so let's get this wheel back on and see how it is on the front versus the back. All right.
Okay, you're filming.
Alright, so last wheel, as my son wanted to say. Let's get this project done. Since we got this one almost done, and after I take some pictures of it and everything like that, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all will say, well, you should have gone with a 30 mil spacer in the back, or I should add a 10 millimeter spacer because the back's a little bit wider. Yes, you are 100% right. I could, but I'm not going to. And the reason why I'm not going to is because with Subarus and most all-wheel drive vehicles, it is advised not to do a staggered setup. It is advised to run the same tires on all four wheels. Run the same four wheels all the way around. Same type of tires. So same with the spacers. I'm running the same type of spacers all the way around. How critical this is, you know, it's your car. You do what you want. I'm gonna heed the factory warning and keep everything the same. So, with that being said, let's finish this project up. Put this last tire on and call it a night as we torque everything down.